Thank you so much, Heather. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be with all of you all. I want to thank, first of all, Americans for Prosperity Kentucky, Heather and Michael. Appreciate your all's leadership and the organization, American for Prosperity, for all that you all do in promoting economic growth-oriented policies. And let me also thank Evans Orchard and Cider Mill for welcoming us here today. This is a great business, and want to thank Kevin and your family for opening up this business. I have to just say to Kevin Evans, and I talked to him earlier, that Evans Orchard is a bit of a Barr family tradition in the fall, as it is for so many families in central Kentucky. We gather up the kids typically after church on a Sunday in October, and we come out here and we have some cider, and we go buy our pumpkin for Halloween and have a great time. So it's personal to be here, and we really appreciate Kevin Evans and his family for opening up their business for this event today. I want to thank Judge Joe Pat Covington for being here. Thanks for your great leadership of Scott County. I want to thank Mayor Jenkins. Good to see you, Mayor, for your leadership of the city of Georgetown, which, as we were discussing, is booming and growing. Representative Grossell, great to see you. This is your House district, right? You're very fortunate to have such a beautiful district. Thanks to Georgetown Police for being here and providing our security today. And I saw former State Senator Ralph Alvarado. Ralph, good to see you here today as well. Well, look, we're here to celebrate a major policy win for the American people. We're here to talk about what Georgetown, Kentucky is all about: family, community, and the future of Kentucky. And we're here to talk about the success of the One Big Beautiful Bill and how it's delivering for Kentucky families. You know, there's a lot of debates in Washington about a lot of things, but at the end of the day, what really matters is whether policies are helping folks at the kitchen table. Can you afford your groceries? Can you keep more of your paycheck? Can you save for retirement and still take care of your family? And that's what this bill is all about. Over the last 4 years, we saw out-of-control spending from Washington, a war on Kentucky energy producers that led to the worst inflation crisis in a generation. Prices were up 20% over the last 4 years. Families struggled, businesses closed, and seniors were back to work out of necessity. But in 8 months, we are bringing our economy back. We've gone from energy desperate to energy dominant. We've secured our southern border, and we are growing our economy with the Big Beautiful Bill helping to lead the way. So here in Kentucky, here's what the Big Beautiful Bill means to you. A typical family of four is going to see $6,600 to $9,200 more in take-home pay thanks to the reforms in this bill. Wages are projected to rise another $3,000 to $5,400 in just the next 4 years because of the dynamic growth-producing effects of the legislation. That's obviously real money in your pocket. For workers, there's no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and I think that no tax on overtime provision is really jet fuel for the economy. It is a huge incentive for productivity, for work, for the dignity of work, and it's going to reward hard work for people who want to take that additional shift. It means more money for our hardworking waiters and waitresses, bartenders, Uber drivers, and the 25% of Kentuckians who regularly put in those extra hours to provide for their families. For seniors, about 800,000 seniors here in Kentucky, many of whom were the hardest hit by inflation because they live on fixed incomes, no more taxes on your Social Security benefits. You've worked your whole life, you've earned that retirement, and Washington shouldn't take another bite out of it. So the Big Beautiful Bill isn't just about supersizing paychecks, it's about creating them. Earlier this month, President Trump announced a historic $2.5 billion investment from Apple right here in the 6th District at the Corning Harrodsburg manufacturing plant. This investment was spurred by the president's successful trade policies, but also an underreported provision in the One Big Beautiful Bill, a Made in America tax credit that means that all of the glass made for all iPhones and all Apple Watches all over the world will be made by Kentuckians at the Corning plant right here in Mercer County, just south of here. This will result in a 50% increase in the workforce at the plant, which currently employs over 400 Kentuckians. And it's also about supply chain resiliency. Those jobs are coming back to the United States from China and other nations in Asia. We are decreasing our dangerous overdependence on manufacturing from foreign sources. And so without the One Big Beautiful Bill, economists estimate that over 84,000 Kentucky jobs would have been at risk. Instead, we've strengthened small businesses by extending deductions to 53,000 firms across the state. Again, I like to call this rocket fuel or jet fuel for the economy. And if you think about those small Main Street businesses across our Commonwealth, the engine of prosperity that Americans for Prosperity really fights for. What does this mean? It means the research and development deduction. It means 100% expensing, bonus depreciation. And they're pulling forward all of that CapEx. They're pulling forward all of that investment because of these tax benefits. And if you're a pass-through business, which most small businesses are in Kentucky and across this country, an S corporation or a limited liability company, guess what? Not only are we making the deduction permanent in the One Big Beautiful Bill, we're expanding it to 23%. So this is a big tax cut for the job creators of this country, the small Main Street businesses like Evans Orchard that employs a lot of people in our community. So whether you're a working mom or dad, a retiree, someone who's taken the overtime shift at Toyota, or a small business owner like the Evans family right here in Georgetown, the Big Beautiful Bill is working for you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for what you do for our communities, and may God bless Kentucky and the United States. Thank you.